you're my favorite female guitarist. I'm like, this is not a compliment.
Yeah.
Today, I'm absolutely delighted to be talking to the female London-based duo, It's Glytsh. Hello, I'm pleased to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, we have Jennifer and we have Claire, also known as Luna Blake and Hella Sin. So which one's which?
I'm Hella.
And I'm Luna.
And how did you choose these names? I mean, they're very lovely names.
Well, I mean, I was the first one.
Yeah, you kind of had it already.
Yeah.
And then I decided it was actually a cool thing to do, because the reason why is basically we both have been involved with other bands and we're both pro musicians. So it was a way to kind of separate like what we do with Glytsh and what we have been doing and what we do like professionally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like starting from scratch.
Yeah.
With our past experience, but starting a project and not being necessarily associated to what we've done before.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that all makes perfect sense. And what I want to know now is you are a French-Swiss combo. So how did you come to be in London? And how did you meet?
So do you want to start with yourself? Or?
Yeah, well, we both arrived 8 years ago, but we only met last year.
Yeah, we both arrived. Actually, we realized like last week that we both arrived in September 2014, like the same month. Yeah. But we only met 7 years.
Yeah, it's
7
like
years after.
The universe was like pushing us
together. I love coincidences like that. And how did you come to be in London? And why did you choose London?
Yeah, go.
So I came here because I'm from Switzerland, and I always knew I wanted to be a professional guitarist. Like I wanted to be a musician, and in Switzerland it's not really a thing. Like you can, but you know, you're gonna be doing weddings a lot, like all that type of gigs, which I think it's great if you like doing that. But for me, I wanted to play in bands, I wanted to tour and all of that, just meet more people. So
you're also a self-proclaimed chaos maker, I've read.
Yeah.
Is London a good place for that then?
That was more like from a musical, because I like weird noises and stuff, but it's not in my life.
So just music. So you've got a nice quiet life, and then you raise hell when you're a music. Because I was going to begin this with hell is empty and all the devils are here, which is something you say about yourselves. So you consider yourselves devils.
It's a quote from Shakespeare, actually.
Is it? I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, we picked this quote because actually it was written on a wall in a music studio I used to work in Paris, which is called Luna Rossa. Which is the and it's one of my favorite places in Paris, where I used to rehearse with all of my previous band, and then I ended up teaching singing there, and it was written in big on the wall, and I always loved this quote. So yeah, and I thought it fit perfectly with what we do.
Yeah.
It's a good quote. Yeah, I love it. So you formed late 2021, is that right? So that's a year ago?
Yeah.
About a year?
We started talking about forming a project together in late 2021. Yeah. But we started releasing music in March 2022.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And this all came about from knowing one another from being in a covers band.
Yes.
Yeah, we met in a cover band in May.
Yeah, May 2021. Yeah.
And in September, we started talking. October, started talking about having a project together, because we both love heavy riff and hip hop and electronic.
Yeah.
And we both were quite tired being in like a classic band with like 4 or 5 people. We wanted to work together and do things as we want, and so it was September, October.
Yeah.
What kind of covers were you doing? You say classic rock. Anything stand out? What sort of songs?
It wasn't really classic rock actually.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, we did a bit of everything.
Yeah, not really classic rock, right? Like pop. The thing where we were taking like pop songs and like rock, but like kind of soft rock, and making them a bit more
Heavy,
heavy.
Heavier.
That was what we in this band, and the band was amazing. I think like
No, yeah.
I love this band, but then
All the
it kind of
musicians were so good, and it was a pleasure. I mean, all the musicians I met, because you guys kind of knew each other from.
I kind of knew that's how we because we needed a new singer, and the other guitarist knew Jen. That's how Jen came into the band.
Yeah.
And I know them from like previous bands. That's how it kind of.
And you were not supposed to come back to London.
Yeah, and yeah, because for the whole pandemic, I was back to Switzerland, and I was supposed to move to Berlin actually.
Oh, right.
Like, I'm done with London. I want to start over again,
and thank whatever.
Yeah, and
she
then
came back to London.
But it's also all because of that band as well, the cover band, because I was like, there's nothing going on really, so at least I have that in school. So it's one of the reasons I came back to London, and I decided not to move to Berlin, and I'm glad I did.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk about your music now. So you've been described as badass and empowering, heavy, unique, but with a contemporary sound. It's a very nice description. So it's a mixture of alt rock, industrial metal, glamour, and grime. It's nothing I've read about you.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, it does sound very nice.
It's nice.
It is. Now, this March you released a cover. So this was 9 Inch Nails Closer. So I've listened to it. Great track. It's actually one of my favorite 9 Inch Nails tracks anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me why you chose it.
Well, we wanted to pick a band we both like, and the band that kind of inspired us to make this band, to make Glytsh, and also a song that was obviously really famous, so it can speak to many people, and with a meaning that speak to us. And I think this song kind of ticked all the boxes. And because we didn't want to just cover a song like it is already, but just like do like a progressive cover. And so we started the style at the beginning of the cover is quite close to the original. Obviously it's different because it's not the same voice.
It's got a female vocal, so immediately it does sound different.
But then we wanted to make it go to something almost like we rewrote the song towards the end.
Because I've been listening to the song, and you're absolutely spot on, which of course you are because it's your song. But for people that haven't heard it yet, I really do urge them to go and have a listen to it, because it does develop into something quite different as it goes along. And it's quite incredible, and I love it. It's a really good cover. So apart from that, you've also released your debut single, so that's Hardcore Memory. So do you want to tell us a bit about that?
So we wrote that very quick.
I mean, I think we started writing Hardcore Memory while we were recording or producing Closer. We always try to have be one step ahead. And this one we didn't know what we were doing at all, because we were still looking for our style.
Because also we never, I mean, we wrote something together as in Closer, but we never had done like a song from scratch. So we didn't know what was gonna come out like. So
and also because I'm a singer, most of the time in all the bands I've played with, there was a guitarist who used to write a riffs and the idea, and I would just come up with a vocal idea and write the lyrics. And this time with this project, I really wanted to be involved in the songwriting process, and because I love electronic music, I wanted to have fun with this and try to explore sounds, and I love playing with synths. So I started writing like an electronic part, like an intro first verse, and then I sent it to Claire, and she just came up with a amazing riff. And then she helped structuring the rest of the song. Just trying to find like the parts, like the build up of the songs, and we finished the track quite fast, and then we did exactly the same for for Savage, the
Yeah.
same process.
Yeah, I think it works well for us
Yeah.
because everything. I mean, I can also write things from scratch, but when she sends me an idea, it just gets to my head like immediately. I don't know. I think we have a great musical connection.
Yeah.
And because it
Yeah.
makes the whole writing process way easier than I'm used to.
Yeah.
So that's also a sign that we like, okay, we should continue this
Yeah.
band and like write way more music.
Yeah. But now we're trying to do the other way around because we don't want to get stuck in the same
The formula. Yeah.
So that would be great, and that's what we are gonna try next. That starting with the riff, and then I built something around the riff.
Yeah.
Just try different thing, and
Yeah.
we don't want to sound like a specific band. We just have so many influences. We just try to do what comes naturally, and yes, sometimes you can tell like, oh, on this song it sounds a bit like this, or but I think everyone is the
but
same.
it's normal.
It's normal, yeah.
And it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
because you need to be in a certain scene at the end of the day. If you're in no scene at all, it's a bit
exactly
tricky.
Yeah,
So,
especially when you start.
Yeah. So as long as you're a bit different, I think it's good enough.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, well, that is fair enough. And you mentioned your latest single, Savage. So that was released on the 30th of September. Now, I know this has got quite an important message for you. So do you want to tell us what that song's about?
Well, so from the beginning, so if you take Closer and then Hardcore Memory and then Savage, they all like kind of linked together because we are talking of like sexuality, of the gender, everything, like how people see you in the society as a woman, not even just as a woman, but in our case as a woman. And Savage is really about the place we have and like in the society and how people treat you when you're a woman. So it can be in a relationship or at work, anywhere, online, on the social media, or in music. For in our case, how people treat you differently, not necessarily just men, women as well, because we are programmed to think this way since generations. So it's kind of engraved within us to treat people differently, or to be in some sort of unhealthy competition with other women as well, sometimes. And we can tell in music it happens a lot, which is a shame because we should all like support each other. Honest, I can feel that it's changing, which is good, but you can still feel that it's there, unfortunately. So it was kind of a song, like a protest against all of this, against misogyny, against the competition you can have within women relationships, and how people treat you, and from my point of view.
Have you both had negative experiences based on the things you've written about in Savage? So could you want to share anything that stands out in your mind with us?
Well, but that's, what I always say is that sexism is like a world issue. It's not only in music. I think in any male dominated field, you're going to have sexism issues, which means like you're not taken seriously. You have to, every time, like I felt that every time I'm on a gig and I walk on stage with new people, they just assume I'm going to suck. That's always like that. And same for you. They just assume you're going to be like a pop singer or something.
Yeah, especially when you're in like a whole man band and you play like just with men. And then I remember like walking on stage in front of like a hardcore scene, and even though the song wouldn't start with a scream, many times I felt like right away I had to scream in their face. Just
you always feel you have to prove it, and it's so annoying because you shouldn't have to prove. If you get to a stage that's your proof, like you've gotten there. So I don't know, it's definitely difficult, but also I just want to see it as an advantage as well, because you stand out immediately. So it's good and bad, and I'm focusing on the good because because that's what you should do, in my
It's
opinion.
better than focusing on the bad. I mean, has anyone actually said anything to you, or is it just you feel like a certain expectation
Oh,
that you're
yeah,
not going to be good?
obviously. But, first, yeah, online, like how many times like comments, like sexist
yeah.
comments on
On
videos, on TikTok is also a big like.
Which is weird because TikTok, you would think that people are kind of younger, so they are more
Yeah, you think it'd be more. Yes, exactly.
Yep, they're not.
But it's
really,
both. There's
it's
like
both, yeah.
it's either super supportive or like just people straight up
Judgment.
insulting you, and you know, yeah. One, I think the worst I had is like some guy on YouTube wrote something like, "Oh, I'm gonna follow you home and kill you" or something. So I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, exactly. Like it's just me playing guitar. Like,
Yeah, and
chill.
also even if it's something negative, you can have some positive comments, but still are sexist. Like rather than judging your playing, they're gonna judge your the way you look.
Yeah.
So
I
they're just
noticed this
gonna
a
be like,
lot.
oh,
Yeah,
she's so
female
beautiful.
bands.
Yeah,
And you're
and
like, this isn't the point. I'm not here
it took
to
me
do
20 hours to make that video, to record, to
Yeah.
write, to like.
You're not doing a fashion show. You're
Yeah.
playing a song.
And another thing I see so many times, not just under my videos, but like other female guitarist videos, is like, "Oh, you're my favorite female guitarist." I'm like, this is not a compliment.
Yeah.
And they don't mean to be rude or anything. They just don't. That's why you said, but it's like internalized sexism. It's so
it's
immediately
really,
like, oh, that's the category, like the female category.
Yeah, the female fronted or female bands.
Yeah. And you know, in these magazines as well, like Guitar World and all of that. I mean, no hate against them, but when they say, "Oh, the top female guitarist," I'm like, why do we need a special? Like just top guitarist. You know,
and it's not like a sport or like like female football or
yeah.
I can understand.
No, it makes sense for
it
like
makes
physical
sense,
stuff.
Physical skills, because we're not built the same, but you can play guitar as well as a guy.
Same hands, same brain. Like it's not a muscle thing.
Feel your frustration. I really feel it. It's coming through the computer. What's next? Have you got other songs ready to be released, or have you got an EP coming out? What are your plans going forward?
So,
Any tour dates?
We decided to count down a little bit on the like video release and
just for now.
Yeah, and for now, and focus on the songwriting. Just take some time to try stuff, like think more about what we want to do, take more time, and we actually started to record an EP early next year. So it would be if we reach the goal we set, it would be to record 3 songs and also help us found the first gig or like debut gig.
Getting like stage props and
because at the moment we've been doing like waterfall release, so just one single after another. We'll still be doing this next year, but rather than recording one song after another, we want to record everything all together and then spread the release, but have them ready. So just I think it would be better so we can be more organized and we can just think about, because the social media takes so much time. It's such a shame, because at the end of the day you focus more on this than
it's a full-time job. I'm always saying this. Social media is a full-time job. You need somebody else to do that for you, so you don't have to.
Eventually, like it's crazy the amount of time it takes, but you have to do it. And I'm completely against the. I know many people, and I don't like social media, but I know many people are like, oh, I don't want to do this because now it's not what we used to do before. Yeah, but this is how it is now. So it's either you stay stuck in the past and you play in your basement in your bedroom and you don't go out there, or you just do it. And if you want to be modern and understand what works or not, the new trends, and you just need to stay tuned and to stay connected to the actual word, whether or not you like it.
But I hope that we'll get to see you then in the new year, once you've released your EP. Hopefully have some tour dates set up. Have you got any festivals in mind to play, or is that not something you're thinking about at this stage?
I don't think it's the priority now. I think we have other stuff on the list to do first.
Yeah.
To focus on festivals, but
festival would be after, but we are thinking about our first gigs next year, but it won't be in festival, but
probably not. Maybe end of the year, but not.
And I think it's too late anyway for next year, because we should have applied already like
Too late.
And to apply you need, you know, live footage and all that, so we just, you know, we I can't wait, but
that's the thing, like we are really excited about, because we know what we can do together, because we work a lot when we're together.
And we've played together before, like
we've played together
covers, but still it's
and we've been in bands like all our lives, so we know like the process, but we know that there is time for each thing you want to do, and you just need to follow a process, but it has to be natural as well. But at the moment we are focusing on the songwriting, then we start gigging, and then gigging in venues, and then eventually we'll have the festival going.
Later on along the... Last question for me, what are your plans for Halloween? Do you have any?
Horror movies at home, but it's kind of my normal life. It's not
horror movies at home.
No, I don't really like going out on Halloween. People are too crazy. I would like to, like, not this year, but I would love gigging on Halloween. It's something I've done in the past, and it's quite fun to be on stage and dress.
Halloween gigs are always a good laugh, definitely.
But I really like going to parties, or but you're working, aren't you?
No, I'm not. This year I'm gonna be away for Halloween. Usually,
but you work. It's this coming weekend. And you're away already.
Get your diaries out and sort stuff out.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Usually I do like a Halloween party.
It's just I'm the grandma of the band. No, sometimes we swap, but most of the time I'm the 80 years old woman.
And then like I'm just sending her like voice messages at 3 a.m. Oh my god, you know what happened?
I have an exciting life through her. So every morning I wake up and I see I have a 3 minutes vocal message. Oh my god, you don't know what happened last night.
It sounds like you've got a brilliant relationship and friendship, and that will definitely it's definitely coming across in your music. So I'm going to link below to all your pages and website, and I hope everyone will check you out, check the songs that you've currently got on YouTube, and all being well, go see you once you're touring, once you're out there. So I can't wait to see you. I'm hoping you're going to come up to my neck of the woods in Manchester area.
That would be.
And I would love to see you too. Thank you so much for talking to me. I think what you're doing is fantastic. Just keep on doing it. You're doing a great job. So I've loved everything I've heard from you so far. So take care, have a lovely Halloween, and enjoy the rest of the year, and hope to see you soon.